Our immune system is amazing, just like our body. It's pretty fantastic. We just need to know what foods to properly feed our body for the nourishment that it needs. Specifically today, I want to talk to you about foods that can assist your immune system. We are all living during a really awkward time in the world, and a lot of emotions are high. And I feel like so much of the fear and worry around what's going on truly just comes from not understanding. Like, how does my biology work? How does my physiology work? What does it mean to be healthy? How can a virus actually hurt me? Or how can sometimes viruses help me, right? There's all these questions that we have as individuals that we need answered. And so I want to bring you a lot of really useful information in today's episode that's going to help you realize, okay, I know what foods to incorporate. I know what micronutrients I want to add. So if you're wanting to feed your immune system and incorporate those foods, today's episode is a must watch. My name is Nicole Kale, board certified holistic nutritionist, and today we're talking about 5 foods that can help your immune system. If you stay to the very end, there's going to be a bonus. I'm going to talk about my all-time favorite supplement, which you won't often hear me say because there's no perfect supplement. There's a supplement specific to you. So make sure you stay to the very end so you can get on a secret of what one of my favorite supplements is for your immune system. Let's go. All right, first up, we are going to talk about a nutrient called quercetin. It's really an amazing micronutrient, and you can find it in foods like apples, onions, honey, leafy greens, and raspberries. Quercetin is an important part of immunity, and it's really easy to incorporate as long as you get those food groups in. The trick here is most of these nutrients that I'm going to talk about, they're really easy to get in your day if you're eating 10 to 15 shades of plants every single day, which can be a little bit hard to do when you're first learning and you're just adjusting. So the goal is always start with 5, increase to 10, and go to 15. So you will always hear me talk about the importance of plant diversity. And that's because antioxidants and the micronutrient profiles in plants, there's different compounds for every plant, different enzymes. So in order to get the entire circle of what we're needing for micronutrients, eating diversity is important. So getting the colors of the rainbows in your every single day is like the best thing ever. The second nutrient I want to talk about is zinc. And this one is a little bit trickier, and I love to talk about zinc because it isn't as easy to get in even through plants because it's not in a lot of plants. It's in some, but the most places you can find zinc is in sesame seeds and calf liver. Yes, I know, calf liver, yuck. I'm not a liver person. The only way that I can get liver in is if I sneak it into meatballs or into a gravy. So for sure, I know that's a little bit tricky, but you can get tahini, sesame seeds. Add a little bit of that, make a dressing, just do something, right? Start incorporating that into your everyday food routine because before you know it, you're able to get in your daily amount of zinc just through adding a little bit of tahini dressing to your salad or dipping your veggies in it. The third thing I want to talk to you about is vitamin C. Okay, here's the cool thing about vitamin C. Everybody thinks oranges. Do you think oranges are actually the richest form of vitamin C? They're not. I know, right? Many years ago when I studied nutrition science, I was like, what? You mean bell peppers have all that vitamin C? Yes, it is bell peppers. 1 cup of chopped bell peppers, you get like over 210% of your daily value. Mind-blowing, but it's easy to do. You can just snack on a few. They're super good. Dip in the tahini, and before you know it, hey, you're getting your zinc and your vitamin C. All right, fiber. We've talked about this in many episodes, and I will always talk with you about fiber because it is so important. We know that our gut health is linked to our immune health. Period, end of story. There's a lot of communication that goes on between those two pathways. So in order to keep our immune system healthy, we have to be able to feed the microbes in our microbiome. And how do we do that? Fiber. So adding fiber every day, 10 to 15 grams per major meal, that is the goal. How do we get fiber? We can do it through beans, grains, vegetables. Fiber is easy to get in so long as you're eating a plant-diverse diet and just being aware. Hey, you know what? Did I eat some lentils today? Did I eat some pinto beans? Did I have some whole grain? And by whole grain, I don't mean processed breads. I'm talking good, wholesome whole grain. That can be amaranth, it can be quinoa, it can be any sorts of things. It can be some oatmeal, right? You just want to make sure that you're getting it from a source of whole grain, not processed garbage that says fiber content 10 grams on the back of the bag. The reality is it's not really healthy fiber. It's normally added in from items that we don't necessarily want to be consuming. Okay, the last thing, hydration. I know it's kind of a difficult thing sometimes to get in water, but I know that if you understand the mechanisms that your body needs with water, it is going to motivate you. Like when you're like, ugh, I'm over water. Just be a little more mindful of, are you getting enough water? How much water should you have? I always say like minimum, and I like it higher, but when we're starting, right, just get half your body weight in ounces. We want to be on a little higher than half your body weight, but let's work you up to that. So those are the 5 foods and micronutrients that are going to help your immune system. And as I promised, I was going to get you one bonus, and we couldn't miss this. It'd almost be like, does she know what she's talking about if I miss this? Vitamin D, here's the bonus. I want to explain something to you. Vitamin D is a hormone. So I don't take it lightly. When someone's like, I'm taking 5,000, I use the vitamin D a day. I'm like, well, are you low in vitamin D? What's your level? How are you feeling? Why are you taking that much? And the reality is that too much of anything is a bad thing. It just is. The body wants balance. It needs balance. So first of all, always have your vitamin D levels checked. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you're going to get vitamin D in the form of a supplement, I'm a big fan of doing it through Carlson's cod liver oil. It is amazing. It actually tastes delicious like a lemon, and at least it is processed from a whole food, right? I'm really big on if we can get a supplement in that has, and by the way, not only does the fish oil have the vitamin D, you're also getting omega-3s, which is amazing, also gonna help, right? We wanna make sure that the lipid profiles of our cells are built with healthy fats, not rigid, hard fats, right? Like from corn oil. You want to stay away from that stuff. So if you can get your vitamin D from a whole food source like salmon, sardines, those types of things, it's unbelievable. Your body recognizes that. So when you get a chance, check out some vitamin D from a whole food source. Sardines, salmon. And if you want to take a supplement, try the Carlson cod liver oil. It is seriously amazing. I know that your immune system wants to work for you. It wants to be strong. And there's just this, how do I do it? What do I do? The biggest takeaway I want you to realize from this episode is the nutrients that we talked about will help your body. But it's what you do on a daily basis that truly matters. You can't say, oh my gosh, for a week I ate all these foods and I felt nothing. If for years you've been struggling, or perhaps you've been inconsistent and you're not having a plant diverse diet and you're not having the proper protein rich diet and there's just a lot of deficiencies, it takes time for the body to catch up. And the only way to do that is to be consistent and do things in proper balance, nothing in excess. If you are taking a copious amount of vitamin C or vitamin D or zinc supplement, when you take one, there are competing elements, right? So if you take too much of one, it can deplete another. And that is not what we want to do. We want balance. You're always going to hear me talking about balance. So just ask yourself before you eat, when you're eating, when you're structuring your meals, is this balanced? Do I have these macronutrients that NK talked about? Before you know it, you'll be like, wow, a month's gone by, I actually feel better. My bowel movements are more consistent. My energy's better. And you know, I don't have any issue. Like, I just feel good. And that's the goal. That's what we want for you. I am super, super, super excited because once you have this power and you have this knowledge, it makes it really easy because then you can execute. That's always the goal of these episodes, is to teach you something, pull something away immediately that you can do. I want to hear about your immune health. I want to know, are you trying these foods? What have you incorporated? Please share with me. That is what I'm here for. As always, thank you for letting me be of service to you, and I look forward to next week's episode.